Welcome to the third episode of Minibedroom Interviews, a show dedicated to diving deeper into the artist and for the artist to dive deeper. Today, we have an extremely special guest. I met this person 2.5, 3 years ago, back in 2018. And the beautiful thing about this story is I met him when I had to perform for this guy named Steve Cannon. And he just fully dedicated himself to being my DJ that night, and he did an amazing job, remarkable, better than I could have ever imagined. And ever since that moment, the story hasn't changed. Meet my brother, producer, DJ, my guy, Muddy Waters, man. Mud.
What's up?
All right, Mud. So how you feeling, bro?
A little tired. Been a long day.
You know? It's nighttime right now.
Yeah, nighttime now.
For a fact, man. So is there anything, before I start the interview, is there anything that you want to tell the people, anything to get off your chest, off your mind, anything?
Just be on the lookout for new music, you know.
True.
The gang's got a lot of stuff in store. On the DL.
Yeah. Okay, Mud. So what does your name, Mud, mean for the people that don't know?
Mud is short for Muddy Waters. Just like it's a little story my parents would always tell me as like a kid, like, cause I guess we'd always tell stories about, my parents would always tell stories about like when we were little ass kids, like tiny, and my mom and dad would always talk about how my dad wanted to name me after Muddy Waters, and I'd be McKinley. That'd be my name. So yeah, they just always bring that up. So when it came time to think of like a stage name, like a second name to go by, it only made sense to be to Muddy Waters, you know?
Yeah, and that's Mud. So, that's why I introduced you as Muddy Waters, because I'm just like, you feel me? Go hand in hand. Please don't sue us, Muddy Waters. Estate of Muddy Waters, please don't sue us. But yeah, no, that's amazing. So where did you grow up? What part of the city?
Grew up around the northwest side, like Wheeling, Mount Prospect, nice. That kind of area.
Yeah. I used to live up in that general area. You already know this. I used to live in Des Plaines.
In Des Plaines. Yeah, my church is over by there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I think you told me that before. I don't know what's the name of it.
St. Emily's.
St. Emily's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Went to preschool there.
Every preschool was inside churches. That's why I went to preschool inside of like a church.
You know really? That's kind of cool.
Being in the Burbs, I understand. I know you're a white man, but being in the Burbs, how do you feel like that affected you growing up? You know, because you see how it is being in the city. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So how do you feel like that made an impact on your life being out there?
Shoot, even when I was out in the suburbs, like I just grew up very Roman Catholic, so my parents kept it super strict, especially my mother. Yeah. So like, I don't know, it wasn't, the outside world, I guess, wasn't, you know, I never really thought of it that way. It just definitely grew up very kind of sheltered, very church-like, you know, just go to school and come home and no going out unless it's like the weekend kind of stuff. But I don't know. It's definitely... Yeah.
What?
Up until I was like 18. It wasn't until I was like closer to 18 when they're like, all right, you're an adult, like you're a legal adult, so
get out. Gee, I'm thinking Mama Mud, Papa Mud.
Yeah,
Gee.
My dad was a rock star, but nah, it's my mother that was in charge.
Mom's okay. I was gonna say because they both super cool, but like I'm over thinking about you. I'm like, what? Your dad like so he'll smoke one with you.
Yeah, he's a rock star. He's a rock star.
That's hard. So at what age did you fall in love with not only music, but did you want to be a producer / DJ? When was that time?
Honestly, the only early memories I have are like related to music, like. I've just always been super into music. My parents are always super into music. So, like, my mom would always brag about, you know, going to concerts while she was pregnant with me and stuff like that.
Hard.
But, like, so, yeah, all of my earliest memories are definitely, like, music-related. Like, I remember getting really into the the Beach Boys. I got really into the Beach Boys when I was 3. And I like remember that, like going to my mom, like, hey, this band I hear on the radio, like, who are they? And, you know, but yeah, when it came to like making beats, I first got like introduced to it in elementary school. I think it was like second grade or third grade. Our elementary school, I went to a pretty cool elementary school.
Y'all was making beats in elementary school.
Basically, like this astronaut donated a bunch of computers to the school, like a bunch of Macs, and they had like GarageBand on it, of course. So during like recess, instead of going outside, sometimes I'd be in the library messing around on GarageBand. So yeah,
that's hard.
so
I
I've
actually
kinda
remember
been
back
there.
in middle school too. Like, you know, what elementary school, but it was middle school. We used to like work on GarageBand. G. You know what I'm saying? That was actually some of the funnest stuff I did. Like,
Yeah, it was always kind of fun.
yeah. So who would you say is an artist out there that inspired you in your early moments that kind of led you to have the style that you have now, or who inspires you now that you feel like inspires your style?
Lately, what I've been thinking is like, I never listened to these guys a lot growing up, basically, but I realized listening to them back now. Who's that group? That producer group Pharrell was in. That was Neptunes.
Neptune?
I've basically been just like going back to old like Neptune beats and just realizing how much like the Neptunes actually inspired my
Gee,
son.
that beat
I didn't even realize it.
That beat that you just showed us, G. That joint, it kind of remind me of that. But it's like, it's your style, though, but I can see the inspiration.
It's kind of weird thinking about, because I never really knew who the Neptunes were like that. I wasn't really like, I was sleeping on them. I was definitely sleeping on them. So just like going back and listening to some of these old Neptune joints is just like, damn. Like, they actually kind of inspired me a lot.
Hard.
I was also heavily inspired by Madlib, just because of like the way Madlib like made music. You know, he would do like whole projects with people. You know, he had like the Mad Villainy with MF Doom, and even Pinata with Freddie Gibbs. You know, I kind of liked how they did that. You know, it's a rock band basically. You know?
Yeah. Who would you say like you know, because you obviously inspired by a bunch of producers. Who would you say is the greatest one of all time that you heard? You know, is?
I don't know, because it's always changing. I guess one other big influence I had definitely was Diplo.
Diplo was hard.
Is some, because I always really liked
Did you know
his
Diplo made that
shit.
beat for Chris Brown and Busta Rhymes now? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Same here. That
Look at me now. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. And
we talking to our set supervisor. She got promoted today. Carlynn in the back. Yeah, that's crazy though.
Yeah,
okay.
he did Paper Planes too. With who was that? MIA.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he that was the first beat that like popped off for him was Paper Planes.
I didn't know he did Paper Planes, and that's such a good song.
That's
such a good song.
Cause like when I was really getting into producing, like Ableton and all that, I was definitely more into electronic at first, and I was really into Diplo and what he was doing with what's the name of his record label? Mad Decent.
That's a cool day.
So I was always just like, I was rocking with that a lot.
Yeah, true. So, okay, one thing that I've peeped looking at you as a producer is that your work ethic is like nuts, you feel me? Like, even tonight, you feel me? You created 3 beats, you know what I'm saying? In the span of however many hours, I don't know, but you just created 3 beats. Like, what makes you go so hard? Like, when did you get taught to like work that hard, or what inspires that?
Because at first, when I was making beats with Ableton, I felt like I was trying too hard, you know, like I'd sit and work on a song for like months, you know, trying to make it like perfect, you know, but it always ended up ruining it more than, you know, making it better. And I'd be sitting on a song, working on one song for super long. So I just started to try to like push myself to, you know, crank stuff out faster. And then I started like working with more and more rappers where like the situation would be like I would make a beat once they pulled up and then we'd record it. So like this, how successful that night was like very dependent on me, on like how much I could make and how much I could keep going. So I just felt like a lot of times, especially at first, I felt like a lot of pressure. Like I gotta put in work. You know?
Gotta go
Otherwise,
crazy.
things are gonna be awkward. We're just gonna be like sitting here in the studio, just looking at each other or something.
For a fact, and you most definitely be cranking them joints out too. Like I said, tonight you did 3. You feel me? Like, you know, for me, I feel like in a single night, like I'm gonna create a beat. You know what I'm saying? I might create a rap, but I'm not creating 3 beats. You know what I'm saying? That's wild, G. So do you have a favorite song that you've worked on like throughout the entirety of just your beat making career? Do you have just like a favorite, like, man, like this song is probably...
A lot of times I'll look back at the one song we did with Spencer back in like Pensacola.
Yeah.
That
joint is a banger.
That I'm kind of proud of that one. That one was cool, you know.
Yeah. And then
It sounded
NBA
nice.
Youngboy came and
And
said
then he
the same
went
song.
and bit our shit.
Made the
basically.
same exact song.
He bit our shit.
Oh, that's funny, man. So something that everybody want to know in the world, man, when that new beat tape dropping.
I don't even know.
Wait, why you got us waiting like this, Dr. Dre?
Cause I'll be making a bunch of stuff, and then I'll start making other stuff, and then I start to dislike the old stuff. So then I cut that out, and then I go, oh, I need some more. So then I make more, but then I dislike the old stuff again. And yeah, so it's just a bunch of stuff backed up.
And so you do you feel like, cause that last beat tape, you know, not trying to just drop in on a new one, but the last one, man, the mood was perfect. You feel me? The theme was perfect. The beats, like, it was just like such a beautiful work of art. So do you feel like in the process of making this new one, do you feel like you have that theme yet?
I feel like, yeah, that's the biggest issue. I don't necessarily have a theme that I'm like solid with. With the last beat tape, I would have been in the same situation with the last beat tape, you know, constantly making new stuff to replace old stuff that I don't like anymore. Yeah. But what happened with that beat tape was I was just making a bunch of beats, and then my computer died. My computer was falling apart on me, so I didn't have time to make any more beats. I literally just had to save the files on my computer, and then, you know, whatever was saved from that turned into the beat tape. And then that also became the theme. Like, broken B-sides was like my broken computer.
True. I didn't know that.
And then,
I just learned something new today. All right. This is my... Okay.
And then with the TV, like, I ended up, for the cover art, I had a homie, Kevin Camacho.
Yeah, my boy.
I was working with him at Mariano's at the time, and he was doing more like vlogging and like photography stuff. So I was like, hey, yeah, come through and shoot some stuff for me. I have some ideas for like a cover art. And basically, I had this TV in the garage where like I'd smoke with all my homies, and we'd, you know, kick it. And the service was really bad out there, so the TV was always glitching up and making these like weird distorted images because of the shitty signal. So then, you know, I just put together, you know, broken computer, leftover beats, busted TV, and then that kind of, you know, like a bunch of misfortunate events actually kind of helped the beat tape become the beat tape. You know?
So it was like your real life, like really you poured that into your beat tape. Basically,
yeah. Just like what was
happening.
I didn't know that
either. I'm thinking you just being like crazy creative, like, forget it, I'm gonna do this, I didn't know that was inspired off real life events. These interviews are dedicated, these, you know, few interviews I'm doing right now are dedicated towards, you know, putting a light on everybody who contributed to 26 Winners. So can you tell the people what have you contributed to 26 Winners, and how was that journey for you?
I made one of the last beats on the tape, 18.
18?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very hot.
Yeah, I'm glad you fuck with it.
Yeah.
I was kind of worried because I really wanted to make like a bunch of the beats for the tape. I was trying to crank stuff out.
Yeah.
But with the whole quarantine stuff and being at school, I didn't really have a spot to work on music with people. It was hard to, you know, link up and make music. So I ended up being dry as hell, you know, wasn't making any music. And then you're almost finished with the tape. So it's like, shoot, I gotta do something.
And that was literally, it wasn't even a fair shot because like that was like a 2-week period. Like You feel me? We created we started to make the tape at the end of August, and about time September like 19th rolled around. I'm like, all right, Mud, you feel me? We just waiting on your song.
Yeah, so I just had to. I wasn't even thinking that that beat was all that great. You know, I was just trying to get something that you would like.
And I loved it.
And yeah,
I loved it. It be those ones though that you probably don't think too much about, but that I loved it, man. Like I feel like with that one in particular, like the sample was just amazing. Like alone, the sample was amazing, and then your drums was perfect. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can work with this. Yeah. And I created this story it's a story that's close to my heart because it's the time when I realized my little sister wasn't on my side. So it was like one of those things that it was a heartfelt thing at that moment. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm gonna do it. You know, I love my little sister though to death. But yeah, no, it was just a crazy moment. And yeah, man, I appreciate you for making that beat, man. 18. It's actually probably my favorite song that we made because I think out of all the songs that we ever made, I think this the first one I like had a story. You know what I'm saying? Like the other, we usually just make bangers. Like we just make like these dancing songs,
party songs. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, man. So what's your goals for 2021?
Just drop everything I've been sitting on, you know, and
that new beat tape.
Basically, the beat tape's part of it. It's definitely on the back end, and compared to like other stuff I'm trying to drop, there's definitely. I guess I just keep trying to put more emphasis on dropping stuff with like vocalists. So that's another reason why the beat tape keeps getting pushed back. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely on the list of things I'm trying to drop this year.
True.
Eventually, you know.
Yeah, so you're going to drop everything. I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited because we do got something.
I hope it works out.
Yeah, I think it's going to work out for a fact. We're going to move on to our next segment called The Hot Seat.
Oh, boy.
This is a segment where we ask 10 questions. He has 10 seconds to answer each and every one of them. It's my 10 seconds, not yours. With the help of our set supervisor, Carlynn. You ready?
Yep.
Mix these up. Okay, here we go. Question 1. One celebrity you hate. Oh. Just one?
I've been kind of mad at Kanye lately.
What?
Yeah,
I can't ask why. It's just a what. Okay, one skill you wish you had that you don't have.
I wish I could speak multiple languages.
True. One celebrity you love.
Oh.
5.
Damn.
4. 3.
Elon is cool.
Elon Musk?
Elon Musk is cool.
You're a celebrity? One movie that would explain your life.
Almost Famous.
Who's in that?
I don't even know. It's kind of an old movie now, I think.
Oh, okay. Cool. I need to look that up. What's a weird talent you have?
I used to do magic tricks.
You still do them?
Not much of a purpose, but I could still, you know, do a few things.
Okay. I'm with it. What dog breed would you be?
German Shepherd.
That was a quick ass answer.
Very quick. That's a police dog, ain't it? Huh, okay. Who was the last person you argued with?
Probably my girl, not gonna lie.
I said Supervisor Carlynn. Okay. How old were you when you lost your virginity?
17.
Same. Hey. 17. Hey. One thing that makes you really happy?
My people, my homies.
We love you. And what's your favorite number?
7.
Why? Why? I need to know why.
It's a lucky number.
Oh, true. Thank you, Mud. That was the hot seat. You survived.
That wasn't that bad.
You survived.
Yeah, I survived.
And you didn't pass on any of them.
Nah. No passes. I did
He the first person that didn't. What? Get out. Okay, that concludes that segment of the show. I have a gift for you, brother.
Always got the best gifts.
Love, bro. Look, while you open that, we're going to go to the scripture of the day. And this one is in Ecclesiastes 10, verse 8. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh in the hedge, a serpent shall bite him. Keep that in mind. Keep that on your mental. Meditate on it. What's the gift, bud? Oh,
T-shirt.
Look, y'all. The same T-shirt we give away every episode.
Thank you.
Man, thank you for coming, bud. It's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, without a doubt, bro. Hope to have you again in the near future, bro.
Of course.
Without a doubt. And that's it. Mini bedroom interviews. Yeah.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's time for Cash with Carlynn. It's your chance to earn some cash and our chance to help you out. But we have some rules. First, you must include your cash tag with your answer. And second, entries will only be accepted until the next episode. Winners will receive $26. And remember, there can only be one. Good luck! Which celebrity did Mud say was his least favorite?
Keep that in mind. Keep it on your mental. Meditate on it. Set supervisor, Carlynn. I wish we had a Carlynn cam. We need a Carlynn cam. That needs to be a thing.
Still be rocking the Yeezys though.
You do?
Yeah.
You do. You probably made more money off Yeezy than Kanye.
I wish.
They only get one pass, but they can't technically pass the hot seat if they pass.
Yes.